Okay. Uh, I'm very interested in what we're dealing with here. I was very drawn to this game from the moment I did the demo for it last year, I think. Was it the last year or the beginning of this year? I can't really guarantee which of the two it is. Just throwing a quick tweet about the beginning of today, don't mind me. Okay. But yeah, I played a demo of this a long way back, relatively long way back anyway, and it seemed very interesting. Got a real feel of like the old Thief games, some Blood West, some a lot of things in here. And it's an aesthetic I personally kind of enjoy. So it'll all will be pretty good. I think I've gotten all the volume into a good spot. If not, somebody will probably shout at me about it at some point and we'll fix it. For now, let's just get going. I'm gonna play on Half Moon because Full Moon, it sounds like it's gonna be nasty. Meanwhile, this is well balanced. I like the idea of well balanced. I was tempted to go with the high contrast because, well, the slightly higher contrast because look at how dark everything looks. Like that looks like it would be really interesting. But in my test, everything was already pretty dark. It's darker than this looks in actual gameplay, so I'm going to stick with what is standard right now. I'm pretty sure we can fiddle with this as we go a little bit here and there anyway. So we're just going to get moving. There are no subtitles available yet, so I'm going to be quiet whenever people are talking. At least if it's anything important. Get used to a lot of hacking, coughing, and sick people, by the way. We're just gonna be hearing a lot of that. It's fucking dark in here.
Prepare a carriage. They want us to bring him to the city gates.
Get the distinct impression I don't want to go with those gentlemen. That they probably don't have my best interest at heart. Yeah.
Ah, good doctor. What an unfortunate predicament you found yourself in. Kidnapped and brought here, of all places. Well, if you listen to me, you may yet survive this night. Here, this ring should help you stay out of the light. You have many enemies here. The darkness will shroud you from them. I'm off. Can't stay here. Look for the old lighthouse on the coast. I've left instructions there. Good luck, Doctor. There is more to this city than you can possibly imagine.
He disappeared. It just fucking poof. You saw the little green sparkles left behind from how he disappeared. Okay, so there's more than one way to skin a cat usually. Wait, that doesn't look normal. Get a load of those, like, stars on the ground over there. That's a little odd. I don't think that's supposed to be how that works. Don't mind the squishing, everything's fine. As it says there, when the ring's lit up, they can see you. If the ring's completely dark, they're not supposed to be able to see you, but we all know how that kind of thing usually works out. I've done this first bit in testing literally a few minutes ago to make sure everything worked properly. And thankfully, since we landed on a pile of dead people and fish and such, we don't make that much noise on our landing. We're gonna need this. This is our inventory. That's all the space we get, to the best of my knowledge. And this is what we can have on us at a time. We got an offhand, a melee, a head, and an eye slot, and a ring.
Hey, Doc. They put your fancy sword and things in the room back there. They might still be there, if the rats haven't gotten to it. Worse every day.
And now you see why I said get used to people being sick, because everybody here seems to be sick with something. Oh, a few of the lift buttons weren't working right, so I've taken them into my workshop down the hall for fixing. Samuel. Okay? That's why there's a button missing from this lift. Which, of course, the down button is the one that's missing, because of course it is. Can't open that. I will be taking this. You can move a lot of things around. And it's usually pretty helpful to do so. Yeah, it does look like my sword is in there, so I'm gonna want to get in there. Hello, sir. Just do me a solid and not turn around, eh? Gonna be taking that. Can I have this? Just took the canned fish right out from under his nose. He sees nothing. Also, that noise you're hearing, that's him. He's making the noise. So yeah, things are probably not great about those guys. Cheese. There's the head. We're not gonna bother going in there because there's just a rat in there. That was just the other end of that vent you saw next to the guard. And I will be picking up everything that isn't nailed down for the time being, because I'm betting I'll find a use for it. Now this is where my testing stopped, so I'm not really sure where to go from here. Because our key only opened us up access to this. Can I? Nope, I can't fiddle with that. And I can't fiddle with that either. Okay. We've got a can of fish. Oh, it's an empty can. Joy. You'll notice there's a not researched thing here. That's why I picked up the head, is I realized apparently we can research things at some point. And all these bottles are empty, so don't be expecting to be able to get a drink or anything. I did see a gorge option on the cheese, which might be a way for us to manage to heal if we really need to. I have an idea. I don't know if this will work the way I want it to, but I'm gonna try something. Oh, right, he can't pull out his damn bag if he can't fit it. So that plan might not actually work. I was gonna drop the cheese over here, so the rat might come out over here and scare the guy. But I don't think those creepy guys are gonna be all that concerned about a rat anyway. What happens if I just throw the cheese there? Does the rat even react to the cheese? No, the rat gives zero shit about the cheese. Got it. Okay, that was good information to have. Now, something I did notice is that there is a rope up there. Getting up there was an issue in testing, though. Like, I would assume you're meant to use the barrel to get up there somehow, but the barrel sinks. So that doesn't really work. I managed to do this before, but even from that, I couldn't reach it. And I don't think this guy's got another key. I think we stole his only key. There might be other paths to take. Can I read this? Curious. No? Got anything else in your pockets I can have? Got like either vials or bullets on his belt, and of course he's got that axe, but it doesn't look like he's got anything else I can take. So let's creep our way out of here, close the door. Have another look around. I did actually get past this point. Oh, right. I think... Yeah. Because I remember finding the other lift button before I stopped my test. I just already forgot where said lift button was. It must be over on this side somewhere. I must have just missed a turn somewhere. Or was it in here and I'm just blind? I think it was just in here. No, it's not on these shelves. Maybe it was in with the dead guy. I wasn't in here that long. Got any buttons? No, he's got no buttons. Still not sure why we can't just rip the axe out of him and use it. Or, you know, the knife that he's got next to him. But neither here nor there. As you can see, we can't reach the chain from there. And the water doesn't really get us anywhere. Ah, we can open this. It just didn't open the first time. I know we picked up a key. The thing is, I picked up the key and then went to open the door and it didn't open the first time, so I was slightly confused. It's a little noisy in here. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. But that's where the button we needed was. Hobbs lost the crank to the power generator. Said a spine eel came right up and took it off him. Tried to wrestle it from its jaws. Had wicked teeth as long as your finger. Sure. Either way, it's coming out of his pay. I sent a request to the metalsmith in the market plaza to make us a new crank in the meantime. Okay. Because that crank's necessary for opening the door. That's back the way we came. And this leads elsewhere. Ah, to our first phonograph. Very good. And to arcane. Arcane is conveniently a sword. Okay, people are very upset. Whoop. Ah, that's why we couldn't open it.
This fish is clearly rotten.
You're lucky I feed you at all. The other guards would sooner dump your lifeless husk into that pit. Don't bother me again.
Good luck, Doc. You're gonna need it.
Appreciate the distraction, buddy. Dump that in here because I don't know if anybody else comes around. Last thing we need is for somebody to find a dead guard hanging about. Okay, as it said, you gotta wait for that sparkle, and then your backstab should kill. Nope. One of these days I'll remember to turn off YouTube notifications on Windows. Today's not that day. Oh yeah, duh. We use the elevator button to get out of here. We bring the elevator down, and we use the elevator to go back up and out of this part.
Who made that noise just now? Come on out.
What if I don't want to come on out? You'll notice the vision cone coming out of them changes color based on their perception of the world as well. Green, they're unaware. Yellow, they know something's up. Whether it's something they actually need to be concerned about or not is a whole other question. Red, we'll see eventually when they spot me. Why are you humming? Pick up the gun. We're gonna need that. Oh, got no room for it. That's what he's humming about. Get my bottle collection then. There we go. So you'll notice the barrel's a little bent. That's probably a problem. Makeshift shoddy hunting rifle. The grips are built for the distorted proportions of the huntsman and cannot be handled by average humans. Ah, so we probably can't use that from the get-go, huh? Well, that's unfortunate. And we now know that those things are referred to as the huntsman, then. And they are not quite human. Prisoner log. Women, middle-aged, sickly, found wandering the streets alone, sent ransom demand to addresses, found in purse, no reply, dumped corpse in waste bin. Women, young, found hiding in soot works, starved for 2 days to gain information about surviving relatives, sent home when ransom was paid. Man, belligerent, refused to cooperate even under duress, fed to the hounds. Male, outsider, shown signs of infection after capture, immediately disposed of and thrown into the sea. Man, outsider, suspicious. Client requests he be transported to the market unharmed. Which, I think this one down here is us, the outsider. That was to be sent to the market. So actually, no, they said they were going to send us to the city gate, so maybe that's somebody else. Don't be surprised when you see me randomly lean from time to time, because I'm trying to pick things up, and I keep forgetting that E is lean, not get. And for those wondering if it's as dark for me as it is for you guys, yes. Those places where you can't see, I can't see shit either. I'm just going on instinct when I'm in those places.
The hounds seem anxious tonight.
It's the outsider. They don't like his stench.
That's the chain we saw earlier. Okay, they moved on. I don't know if they're coming back, though, so that's a concern. Add an interact. What's in the box? Dr. Thatherson's tinctures and elixir. Yeah. Okay, so I can break those open. That's good information to have for the future. We've only got a down button and no up for this elevator, so we know we need to go collect an elevator button again. Reminds me, what is this? Vitalizing tonic. A hypodermic syringe containing a concoction of strong analgesics and anticoagulants The tincture's signature glow comes from the native herb in the southern salt lands. Okay. Slug bolt. Heavy slug round for the Undertaker pistol. Can activate buttons and shatter glass and lights. Ooh. Utility gun. I'm intrigued. Lean against doors to listen through. Ooh. That's neat. I like that. Doesn't sound like anybody's on the other side. Actually, there might be. Thankfully, you can peek through doors if you hold the open button. You can just kind of open it slightly rather than slamming the fucker open. Uh-oh. Somebody heard that. They might open the door. Hello? No, no.
What's that noise? All seems quiet now.
Not so quick on the uptake, are they? Didn't realize the door opening was a concern. And a self-disposing body. Convenient.
What? One of our brothers was...
Somebody found the body, though. Nothing? Huh. Oh, right, the body fell down there, so of course they weren't going to check up here immediately. That just makes sense.
Slipped right through my grasp.
Did alert that guy a bit, but he doesn't seem that upset about his friend being dead.
Do I spy something?
No.
Appears to have been nothing.
Oh.
I saw I found it.
Ow. Yep, we're dead.
Be pleased.
I thought I was in shadow enough. Turns out not so much. And we're back where we saved, of course.
What is it this time?
This fish is clearly rotten.
You're
We're gonna have to
lucky
quickly
I
do all that
feed you
again.
at all. The other guards would...
The other guards would. Ah!
Doc, you're gonna need it.
Yeah, at the rate I'm going, I'm gonna. There's a part of me that wants to find out if I can be crushed by the elevator. The rest of me is like, no, don't be stupid. We need to make progress here.
I heard that, my clumsy friend.
Thankfully, they seem very interested in sounds, and they won't pay that much attention to other sounds until they've processed that. I'm gonna take that Huntsman rifle again, just in case I do have a use for it. So they seem pretty common, so... So it is interesting how... Ah, there we go. Now I managed to unload it. Oh, that's probably what I want those for, is for the cartridges. That would make sense. Break this? I can break this window open. Doesn't do anything for me. Aha! I can go out the window. It's worth a shot. Especially since we apparently didn't break my legs doing that. Oh, I think this might be a better angle to come out than coming out the doorway there. So I think this is looping around to where we were. Okay, can I swim? I can. Let's find out what's over there. That looks interesting. Okay. Got some slug bullets for the Undertaker pistol that we don't have yet. Combination lock I don't have the combination for. And a boat. I'd say we just cast off with the boat, but a lot of them have rifles, so they'd probably just shoot the shit out of me on the way out. So I guess we'll be coming back here once we find a combination. For the time being, it's not very helpful for us. It's a lucky thing that those huntsmen don't have the best eyesight. I feel like that guy should have been able to see me from where I was. Drop this can so I can pick it up. That didn't land where I wanted. I was aiming to hit the pillar with it so that it would make noise and draw this guy's attention. Did not quite work according to plan. Okay, I can put it away, I guess, so I don't accidentally attack something, probably. His path is he stands there, and then he stands at the end of the dock. Does anybody come out to join him? No, no one comes out this far. As long as I'm quick, I should be able to pop this guy before he's a problem. And it's his own fault for standing near such a convenient body disposal as the ocean. And I'm of course going to kill as much as absolutely necessary. The lighthouse is an issue. It's going to point at where I'm sitting when I'm underneath here, making hiding in the dark a lot less effective. There's also going to be that gentleman up there again.
Do my eyes deceive me?
Yes.
Nothing.
Your eyes do deceive you. You saw nothing. Nothing happened. Ah, okay. Just double checking a Discord notification. Everything is currently fine. I assume the ones we heard talking are in there still, so that's the problem. He's got a key. I want that key. I don't know if they'll see me leaning out, so I'm gonna play it cool until I see his eyes disappear. Come on, turn your head. Attaboy. That's a stupid guard. Yes, you are. That's a dead guard, it is. Let's drop this one so I can pick up that one. Let's get rid of this body before anybody comes outside and finds out how this guy's dead. Loosh. They might get upset about the gun laying on the ground still as well. Not a lot I can do about that at the minute. I'm trying to get rid of it, but it's not really cooperating the best. Oh, come on now. I want gun in ocean. Well, this happened. I've achieved gun spin, and I don't understand how to feel about it. Yeah. At least that one's out of the direct path. We'll call that good enough for now. I would like to find another phonograph. That'd be great. But I'm betting I'm gonna have to work my way back to the existing one. In fact, we just did. Convenient how that works out. Save at the phonograph. Check a thing. That works. Okay. But I would like to point out that this game does not appear to have a run button. So... Aha! This one's set to 351. Is that the answer? Doesn't appear to open. It's a little sus that it's set to a number already. It does not appear to be information we can use.
The hounds seem anxious tonight.
Oh, it's those two again.
It's the outsider. They don't like his stench.
Okay, so that made them leave. Okay, and that chain is still here. This is the top of the line for the chain. Consider this my last will and confession. I did everything she asked of me, and when she wanted a seat on the Mercantile Council, I delivered. When she wanted some unsavory figure removed and discarded quietly, I provided. Now all hell is broken loose, and I have yokel mercenaries besieging the factory floor. I only have line workers and sailors here, not soldiers. I haven't even fired that damn revolver in my safe. I kept my end of the bargain, years of empty promises. Was I really this blind all along? Curse you, Sylvia. May this rotten town take you with it. So it sounds like Sylvia brought the huntsman here so far. For what purpose? Who can say? Apparently there's a revolver in this safe. As to how to get at the revolver, that's a whole other question. Oh. That's probably not something I need right now, but good to know that some of those switches are... Oh. Oh. Well, we're not going to dwell on that. Anybody who does not understand what I just realized there, I'm not telling you. Just don't think about it. Now, where would a safe code be? I could always... That's what I was afraid of. Somebody was very upset. Oh shit. Oh, holy shit. So that explosion was two problems. One, we didn't get the gun that was supposedly in that safe. Two, it pissed off everyone. So yeah, we're not gonna fuck about with that combination. Unless I find out what it's supposed to be, we ain't fucking with that. I am still gonna go up here, trigger that conversation from here,
The
all that good
hounds seem
stuff.
anxious tonight.
and make sure we have
It's
this.
the outsider. They don't like his stench.
It is really odd that the combination it's sitting on is not the correct combination. One could assume he was like a dial away from right when he died. So I assume everything went to shit while he was trying to open his safe to get his gun. And then this happened. Oh, I can break windows. Okay. I'm completely shrouded in darkness, aside from when the lighthouse is pointing at me. So we should be okay. Yeah, they understand how it happened. They don't know what happened. There's a lot of them in there. If there was only one, I was gonna pop up and shank him, but they're a little too attentive. Okay, there's an ammo box in that boat. But I have a sneaking suspicion if I jump to that boat, the boat's gonna fucking fall. No. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Okay, more ammo for the guns we do not currently possess. Speaking of... Okay, these are revolver cartridges as well. Can I put this in there? I can. Okay, that saves inventory space. That's important. Considering we have a very tiny inventory. Yep, not a fan of the sounds I'm hearing on the other side of that. And that's why. Yep, and he's got a friend. Let's see if we can pop through this quickly. Yep, thankfully their hearing is not that good. That. Okay, we now have 2 floors worth of cannery map. Very good, very good. These coins, it's coming, it's sight. That's probably a light switch, so I'm not touching that.
Do mine eyes deceive me?
Yes.
Appears to have been nothing.
Gone mad, you're seeing it. Ah, the backstab does not work if they're aware of you. That is unfortunate. Oh, you know, that light switch might have actually been a benefit, because it might have turned this light off. Thankfully, the other guy's not that smart. So we got hurt, but we're okay. Oh, fuck me. I stuck my head up at the wrong time. Okay. So that didn't go great, but we worked it out. We didn't die. Funny that that guy is still standing there. He didn't give a shit about this entire exchange. Go ahead and heal. Oh yeah, something I didn't show you guys, the journal. This shows you where your health is at, and you'll notice there's a mind stat as well. Bear that in mind for the future. This is also where our maps are, what keys we have, and all that good shit. The lighthouse we're trying to get to is over here, down at the other end of town. There's mines, city gates. Fishery we're in. You'll notice we're not actually in the city when we're in this fishery. The demo took place somewhere in the city. I remember that much. We've got the 2 floors of the blueprints of this place. I think we were down here initially, judging from the look of this, because the power room was over here. I think we might actually be like in the foreman office right now, with the way this place is. It's either that or we're in the front office. Front office might actually be more likely, considering there's all the mailboxes and such. And it's a double connected room. I suppose we should dispose of this gentleman now.
Do my eyes deceive?
Wow, you've got some
Nothing.
you've got some great peripheral vision there, buddy.
Show yourself.
I'll show you something. Oh, come on. It's fair that he saw that, but I was hoping he wasn't gonna spot me before the stab went off. That's on me. Oh well. Yeah, we weren't gonna be able to sneakily open that at all.
Who made that noise just now? Come on out.
Can't blame a guy for trying. I was hoping it was volatile enough that when I threw it at him, it was gonna go boom. Or he was gonna whip around and hit it. Which also would have been really funny. Nothing bad happened. Oh, now he's just all upset. It's light enough I shouldn't be here.
Through my grasp.
It was just the wind. I don't know if they hear my case. I assume they would. Okay, he's calmed the fuck back down now. And the very barrel I placed is going to potentially be an issue now. If I fuck this up, it's going to be real bad for me. Let's just move this, shall we? Before I end up smacking that, trying to hit the elixir box open. Because that would be embarrassing. Okay, I can't break loose. Looks like this was a dead end that I killed that man for. Oh well. Whoop. What have I got in my box of tricks?
I love a good hunt.
He's gonna turn around before I get where I want to be. Be blind.
I saw that. Show yourself.
You saw nothing.
Found him. Too easy.
Yep, I was afraid of that. I didn't have any other great plays in that situation with what I had on hand. I should have just not fucked with him. Oh well. We learned a thing. We learned that that was a bad idea. Which we probably didn't need to learn. We probably knew that already. Did, however, learn... Put this away. I can use this to get somebody's attention. Actually, reasonably dark right here. I think I can sit here invisibly and throw this, like, over there. And this guy comes out and jack him from there. I just need to wait for him to actually come back out here.
I heard that, my clumsy friend.
Because dealing with this a lot better will make our life easier, for sure. Because we won't be missing as much health. Does mean we're gonna have another guy out there somewhere that we don't know where is. Unless I purposely make a racket. Really? Nobody gave a shit about that window, huh? How about this one? Nope. Other one? How about this window? What do you guys think about this one? They just don't care that I'm breaking all the glass of the damn county over here, apparently. Huh. They just don't care.
Do my eyes deceive me? Appears to have been nothing.
You know, pay no mind to the books that are scattered all about the fucking place now. All of those were there the entire time.
Do I spy something?
Maybe.
Appears to have been nothing.
Don't fire your weapon. Don't fire it. No. No, 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 no. No bang bang. No, no, no. The important part is that he doesn't fire his weapon. Us getting beat up a little bit, that's okay. Because we're still fine. Just bruised a little bit. If he fired that gun, that was gonna set off all kinds of other problems. Like that guy.
I saw that. I found
He had a key that we didn't get last time, I think. So it's kind of a good thing that this happened again. We are now in danger. Okay. Jab that in my arm. There we go. Right as rain. Everything's fine. Let's get this out of here. Nobody needs to see this. You guys can be friends over here. Huh. Fair enough. I may or may not just be breaking windows for the sake of breaking windows now. It is kind of entertaining to me. Can I hit him with this book? Close. Okay, so this is a way out of the fishery, it looks like. Okay. Open this window. No! Did not want to open that window. That's the carriage they were gonna take me to the city gates with. Okay. Starting to learn things here. Ah, okay. Keeping half an eye on Discord, don't mind me. Okay, now that we know what's going on over there, let's actually follow up on what we were trying to do over here last time when we died. I would like to find the combination of that safe and get the gun.
Something appears to have been nothing.
I don't know. Do you spy with your little eye? I don't have anything loud enough to really, like, get his attention. Might be able to just walk up on this guy and give him the old stabbing. It is interesting, though, how these guys can shoot me with a bent gun. Let's just get rid of that. Because it said right on it that we can't use it, so no point in me carrying it about. If I found the revolver by now, I probably could have used it to pop those lights. As it stands, I'm gonna need to be clever. Okay, we were already down there. That's where I stabbed the one guy. Not that that's that much of a marker at this point, because I've stabbed a lot of people. Let's see if I can get his attention with this book. Read a book, you asshole. Nope. He did not fucking care at all. Okay. I need something bigger and louder. I could throw a body towards him and see how he reacts to that. Hey, you know what? Let's see what happens if I do that. I know how to get people's attention. There's some corpses around. That always gets people's attention. Huh. I expected more of a reaction than that. There we go. Spotted that one.
One of our brothers was just killed. Come out.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, we learned today that if I throw a body in their line of sight, they will lose their shit. And potentially not care that I'm there at all. This guy's got some loud shoes. And again, it is really quiet in here, too. Oh, that leads back to this. Okay. I know where we are. Hang on. Ow. God damn it, Verizon. There I am, seeing a text message thinking it's something important. Just goddamn Verizon trying to throw ads at me again. Hey, we didn't grab this. This was the prisoner log. Oh, we can't actually take it with us. That's why I didn't have it. No. I say I know where we are. That doesn't necessarily mean I know where it is in context with anything else. This is where we were being kept, though. Oh. There's a guy there still. But no, I guess that would work as a shortcut. Not really sure why I'd want a shortcut back into the death pit, though. Yeah, this is where the chain was hanging.
The hounds seem anxious.
Oh, it's this room again. Okay.
It's the outsider. They don't like his stench.
And now they go outside, so I can loot those boxes. Gets us another slug bullet. I'm assuming those washers are money, probably. We've got a decent amount of ammunition compared to what I expected so far. We're still in caution, which is a concern. But I don't really want to waste another syringe until we're actually in danger. Which might get me killed, but we have a save point right about. I could use the elevator to get back to it. The staircase is right around here somewhere that leads to it. Gotta find it again. In fact, I think it's the staircase here, isn't it? No.
Do I spy something?
Uh-oh.
Appears to have been nothing.
I don't know who is hearing... Uh-oh. This is a different staircase. I don't want to be here. This is not a good place to be. That goes nowhere. Let's just backtrack to get to the save point, let's say. That's probably the safe answer for getting there. Considering the staircase is right over here in backtracking, I just was trying to find a new way to this. Which from our position, there wasn't one. There we go. Now, no matter what happens, we're up to the point we're at. Let's see. And I definitely can see how you would be able to do this completely stealthily, but I think we all know that that's not my way of doing things by now. Let's see how well this gets his attention. Oh, fuck me. For those wondering, yes, I was planning on throwing the axe at the skylight to see how much it would freak him out. The answer is it doesn't reach. So that's unfortunate.
Do my eyes deceive me?
He is coming down. Let's see how far down he comes. Yes, come all the way down. I'm gonna stab you in the foot.
Hide for long.
Oh, he loses interest that quick, huh? I don't have anything convenient to throw either.
Slipped right through my grasp. I see you there.
You don't see shit. I'm not real. I'm a figment of your imagination. So we learned that stairs are immune to stabbing. So that's a concern. I was trying to stab him in the foot through the staircase. Didn't really go the way I planned it to. This axe is coming with me, though. It's a real good distraction. He gets a good spin on this axe when he throws it.
Has anyone found the key up to the watchtower yet?
Apparently one of the prisoners escaped and locked himself in there.
How long has he been up there?
A week about. We're making him stay up there and starve to death.
I like these interactions that the huntsmen have between each other. It's a nice bit of characterization for just how much of a bunch of bastards they are. I was hoping that glass was gonna break. Not so much.
Do my eyes deceive me? Appears to have been nothing.
It's kind of funny. I hear them and for some reason I just hear Decepticons. I don't really know why.
A curious sound. All seems quiet now.
I saw that. Show yourself.
I love a good hunt.
Oh, come on!
One of our brothers was just killed. Come out.
No. Wait, where the hell? I hear him. There he is. I disagree.
Curse upon you.
That went real poorly. I think he detected me literally at the last possible frame to not die to the backstab. Well, guess we're using our other injection immediately, which is not ideal. That axe makes surprisingly little noise when it hits the ground. Huh. Interesting. Whoop. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Close that so I don't fall through it myself. Now having disposed of the bodies. Huh. This is all bricked off. I wonder. My plan is probably fairly obvious. Oh, did the axe explode? God dang it. I was trying to get up here to throw the axe at the window, but he can't climb while holding an axe, apparently. Even though his hands aren't actually holding the axe. Because they mentioned that there's somebody up in the watchtower, but they've been up there a week, so they're probably starved to death anyway. Which really won't help my cause at all. And the other guy with an axe already fell in the damn bin. Well, that didn't get a reaction, so that's not great. And these are spaced just right, so we can't squeeze our way in there. Even though realistically you could just, like, wiggle your way through there and then climb up the stairs. It's not like it's blocked in any real way. Can I get this barrel up there? Oh, I have a block. Huh. Probably should have checked that a while ago. That might have helped fighting Axemen. Oh well. Ah, I think this will be the top of the stairs leading down to the save point. Not sure I really want to save in this condition, but it is what it is at that point. Grab this note. This is the same chain leading all the way down there. That's where I threw the bodies. Wow, that thing makes a loud noise. Actually, hang on. Aha! 363. I thought about it for a minute. It's like, wait, there's gotta be a reason why the light switch is here. Ta-da! You got a gun. And some valuables and another book of the records. We've got one round loaded in the chamber. Go ahead and load this old boy up. There we go. And we are promptly not going to use that for the time being, because that's probably not a great idea. Okay, so it is just for selling, as far as the game is willing to tell us. Got it, got it. Ooh. I have no idea who that is. They can piss right off. I think this goes without saying, but when you try to randomly add someone on, like, Discord or something, don't be surprised if you never get a response from that kind of activity. Because most of us care not for whomever it is that's randomly trying to add us without saying a damn word. Because there's way too many scammers and things out there now. Let's go all the way down to the phonograph now that we got the gun. There's still the other safe we don't have an answer for, but I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that a similar situation applies there, in that there's something in that room that'll tell us what the combination is, rather than it being elsewhere, considering that one had the combination in the room. But for the time being, I'm not too worried about getting a hold of whatever's in there. It is my current intent to fully clear out this fishery and get everything we can get our grubby mitts on from in here. And if we wipe out the huntsman in the process, so much the better. I think this is how we got up here, was it? No, this was how we got up here. That was just the further staircase from how we got up here. Okay. So that all solves that. And there's where the cave with the question mark safe is. There's apparently this, which I have no good feelings about. That seems like a death trap. There's a part of me that's like, yeah, I could probably just fire off a shot up there, and maybe they'll figure out, oh, hey, that's a revolver shot, not a rifle shot, and then they'll come open the door. I find that unlikely. Then there's this. Which, actually, I think I have a solution for this problem. It's gonna take a little bit of doing, but it might be worth it. And this is another... If you know the type of person I am, you know exactly what my first reaction to that brick wall is. Gonna blow it up. Should probably be a little more careful carrying this explosive barrel up here instead of bumping it on everything. Probably fine though. I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. It was around here somewhere. That didn't work at all. Okay, I am disappointed but not surprised. It made sense.
I heard that, my clumsy friend.
Where the hell did you come from?
Not so clever anymore.
He must have been alerted from way out somewhere by that explosion and wandered into that and then heard me walking around up there and he's like, aha! I know who the asshole who set off the bomb is now. But now we know that, bringing that barrel up there and doing all that, pointless. Accomplished nothing aside from alerting one more guy to my existence. Which, I'm not sure where he came from. But that does tell me we didn't get them all. Not that I'm surprised by that revelation. But as you can see by the fact that nobody's reacting to me stomping around up here, he's not local to this spot. He came from somewhere else. This is an idea. Oh, this is this place.
What does the Countess want with him anyways?
Don't know. I just want to get the job done, get paid, and not go anywhere near her mansion after that.
And the drop-off point is the old city gate, right?
Yeah, we're supposed to hand him off to the spy master.
That guy, he gives me the creeps.
Best you don't let anyone hear you say that.
Yeah, because there's the carriage again. So we learned about two new characters here, the Countess and the Spy Master. The Spy Master presumably working for the Countess. And the Huntsmen have all been hired by the Countess to bring us in to her for some reason. So that's a whole slew of information. I could shoot them. Shooting them would probably work, but I don't really want to do that. So I'd really rather not use my ammunition unless absolutely necessary at the moment, considering we have very little of it. Need to find another way down. Preferably a quiet. I don't know if this will break my legs, but one way to find out. Okay, we can fall really far and not get hurt. His falling off that roof really should have hurt. Huh, they didn't care about that door opening. That's disappointing. I picked up my spent cartridge. Where'd it go? I mean, we got a bottle. I'll just use that. But this might be loud enough to get both of them is the concern. Or they just don't care. Okay. I was trying to split the pair up by throwing that bottle. They just don't fucking care. I'm uneasy about going this way because I can't see I'm gonna fall off into the abyss or anything over here. Doesn't look like it though. Looks like this is just a flat dead end over here. Literally shut a door in their line of sight and they're just like, yep, that's normal. Doors just kind of shut themselves. He's so gonna see me if I approach him from that angle. So let's go this way.
Do I spy something?
Maybe.
Appears to have been nothing. Do my eyes deceive me? Appears to have been nothing.
Hi.
You cannot hide for long.
Got him. What a sucker. Gotta love the old stealth AI of, I saw something weird. I'm not gonna tell anybody. I'm just gonna go look by myself. Dead. Aha. I see. That's how we deal with this situation. I pop in through the window, pop this guy, and then, as long as I do it at the right time, I get away clean to stab the other guy.
What was that?
The other option is I take his body out of... Nope, I can't. Well, there's Mr. Answer C. Put the body where he'll see it. Let him freak out about that, and then dispose of him that way. Or he just doesn't give a shit. Look, your friend's dead.
One of our brothers was just killed. Come out, come out.
Apparently he's not interested in coming in here to find out how the guy in here died.
Slipped right through my grasp.
You get the feeling this guy's not paid enough? He really just doesn't seem to care about anything. Yes, your eyes deceive you. You saw
Appears to
nothing.
have been nothing.
I can't believe I got away with that one.
I will chop you up.
Well, that was iffy, but we got there. Looks like we might need to open this from the other side. Judging from the fact that there was a lit up handle on the other side, but not on the side I'm on. I think we're in terrible shape right now. Yep, we are in terrible shape, judging from the red screen and the hobbling we're doing. This carriage isn't going anywhere, considering it's not hitched in any way, shape, or form. Oh, we can sneak into here. Huh. Yeah, right now we're gonna have some mobility problems. Does mean I definitely need to find a syringe, though. We're in trouble. Moving around like this is gonna be an issue. We did pick up a new key somewhere, I think, though. No. You would think the manager's key would open most everywhere in here, but it probably doesn't. I don't think we've checked the new keys on this door, though, so we'll give this a test right quick on our way through. Nope. This is how we limp around with a fucked up leg. This is how we limp around, cause we're gonna die. Wise man once said, probably should go save. Now that we've caused a whole slew more of problems, both for ourselves and for these huntsmen. I do appreciate, in some ways, that our footsteps do actually change now that we're badly injured and we are limping. Because there's a lot of games that disregard that as a idea. That's what I was afraid of. That saves our health state as well. I wanted to see if the save would heal us. But I figured that that would be a little too strong, so I'm not surprised that that doesn't work how I wanted it to. Oh, we haven't been in here yet. Oh, fuck me. You saw nothing. Oh, come on. You spotted me there, but you didn't spot me in the other spot. We're dead. No, I guess I'm not so clever. You're right. Kind of hard to be clever with a caved-in skull. But apparently that's a door we missed on our way up these stairs this entire time somehow? I must have miscounted my floors. But now that we know he's there, we can work with that a little better. There's also a man still hanging out over there. I think either this guy or that guy are the ones that heard me after the explosion. It became such an issue. Now he's gonna reach the edge before I can do anything about that. I doubt I can stab him over the ledge there, so I'm not gonna try that. Yeah, I figured I could get the switch on him fast enough. I think that was just money. Let's see. Bill of expenses. Month of September, netting bags 8. Generator fuel 20, lift button repair 3, Samuel's handling it. Radium paint 17, window replacement storage 10, spare bulbs 8, grease barrels times 3, 77. New rowboat 41, Mr. Carrington's fees 120, power generator crank 0, coming out of Hobbs' pay. Carriage wheels 4, 55. $359. Mr. Krupp, do you want me to remove Mr. Carrington's fee as usual, Miss D? So they've been hiding Mr. Carrington's fees on their expense logs. That much is proven. And this is the accounting office, judging from that. Also, judging from the amount of money just laying around in here. If we get a chance to spend any of this money, we've got a decent amount, I think, now. So we learned a little bit from this, but we didn't actually get anything useful from this. Well, never mind. We did get one key. We acquired one additional key. Let's see if we can get this guy's attention in a smarter way than just breaking the window by hand. He just doesn't care. It's like, oh, George is throwing books at the window again. He's fucking bored. Also can't help but notice that we don't seem to have any means of telling how much money we have. And I definitely picked up a key, but I don't see it on my list of keys. So that's interesting. Oh, unless keys that have been used might have been expended? But no. Maybe there's more than one copy of the same key in the world. And I might have, like, gotten another manager key or something. I could try shooting him for science, but I'm expecting that that window would block my shot. Even with the broken window being there. Maybe the key we found there is what opens the one door down the tunnel? I don't know. I'm kind of curious to figure out where that guy is. Now that we've seen another enemy. He doesn't appear to be on the roof anywhere out here, so I'm not sure what part of the roof he's actually on. Like, I would assume I have to go into this section here to get at him. We've already been here. Yeah, because that's where that door is. I'm not sure where that accounting office window actually looks. Because he's not here, because we jumped onto there before. I don't think we've opened this door yet. Okay. Some bullets. Whether they're spent or not is a whole other question. Looks like they're not, though. Yeah, now we've just got more cartridges to work with. Very good, very good. Let's see if this key goes to this door or not. Nope. Okay, still have no idea what key goes to that door then. I don't remember any other locked doors we haven't opened. So we've got two different mysteries. We don't know where that one guy near the accounting office actually is, because I lost track of my directions as I spawn on the staircase. Which, that's as much on me as anything, really. there's these skylights. Did we actually go where that X is at any point? Yeah, because we had to have, because the elevator leads straight to that. Oh, this door just doesn't open from this side at all. Oh, right. That's the one we needed the switch for. Right. That makes sense. But that just looped us back to here. And just so it doesn't fuck with me again, I'm gonna go ahead and open that other door. Just so I don't cause myself more confusion than necessary. I guess we'll just go ahead and go forward. If we can. Is both doors to this area seem to only open from the other side or something. So that bugs me a little bit, but we can always come back to the fishery if I really feel like I need to. I don't know why that exploded, but I don't like that that exploded. Okay. I have concerns about them telling me how to move faster. Ah, I think this might be what exploded. Well, that's unhelpful. There's some gentlemen hanging around over there. I'm assuming getting past them is what they want me to move faster for.
Do my eyes
Whoa.
deceive me?
Maybe.
Appears to have been nothing.
Okay, his room is locked. Interesting. You sure did hear that. But what does it mean? Yeah, you come out, I will go in.
I love a good hunt.
And I'm just gonna hide in this nice dark corner and wait for you to come back in.
Slid right through my grasp.
Okay, cheese does not make a sound when it lands. I was worried that he was gonna see me before I got to him. Another gun. Ammo. Ample. Most importantly, a phonograph. I assume his key's for his door, but it might be for more than that. I'm not sure what the 4 is. Maybe it's condition? What? Now it's got a 5 on it. What the hell is going on with this? Is that how much ammo is loaded in it? No, it's empty. No, 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 I don't want to reload it. No! Huh. Yeah, because now I've got an entire box of ammo. Huh. I don't know what that number up there is. Because we've got a 2 on the one that I was using before. On that note, we're gonna go ahead and pull the ammo out of that one. Oh! Hang on, I think I understand. Yep, it's what slot it's in. Okay, so we don't need 2 pistols. We're gonna leave that one here. Okay, good. We can quick load a gun by just dropping the ammo on it as well. Good to know. Go ahead and resave. As well check out the basement. This as well might lead to somewhere in the mines or somewhere interesting. Or possibly back to the fishery. All of the above would be a potentially interesting answer. Considering there's fishing nets here, back to the fishery is a possibility. Or this is an unusable door. Okay, never mind. Disappointment is high. What is this? I gotta get out of the water before I get open my box. No, it's just an uncut gem. Neat. Fair play. God damn it. Getting back out of here is gonna be slightly complicated, it seems. There we go. I just needed to not be all the way at the top. Which is not surprising. But it looks like going down the well was mostly pointless for us. This is useful, though. Just gonna jam that right in my arm immediately, considering we're nearly dead. There we go. And we're still in caution. That's how low into danger we were. That we have to use more than one injection and not be dying. But at least we're better. Okay, they seem oblivious, so we're just gonna get on out of here. Okay, I can't take the pickaxe with me. I could fuck with them, but I'm not gonna bother. Very clear to me that I need to be in here. Ah, loading a new area. I was about to say, if it's gonna be dark as fuck like this the whole way, that's gonna be complicated. So far, no signs of hostility. Fancy glowy walls all through here. 11,000 volts, be wary of blank. I think that's an arm I just pulled in, isn't it? Yep, that's a huntsman limb. I heard a dog. There's Lantern's over there. I probably want to get to that, because I'm assuming we can take a lantern with us. Provided it's the right kind of lantern. Hello, dead guy. Got a bullet for me. Thank you. A whole lot of ground in here, not covered by huntsmen. So I'm a little concerned. But also very curious. So maybe I should eat the cheese. Yeah, the cheese heals, okay. I figured it would, but I also didn't want to risk it having weird side effects or anything, like poison cheese or something stupid. Nothing, huh? Okay. The dogs are loose again. I certainly know how locks work, and I assume you know how locks work. So my guess is that Hobbs is the one who keeps leaving the kennels unlocked. Not a surprise, really. Hobbs seems to be really useless, all things considered. I closed off the entrance to the kennels and electrified it because Hobbs was in charge of feeding them this week, so I assume they have not been fed, and would be all too happy to gnaw on whatever face pokes into their happy new subterranean dog paradise. If you need to get into the kennels, we'll first pray, then you'll have to turn off the generator. I locked the generator room and left the key in the break room down the tunnel. I figured locking it should keep Hobbs from going in and relieving himself in the fuel tank or anything like that. God damn it, Hobbs. He really is generally a problem, it seems. Now there's a save point here, and a key. This must be the break room, then. Which would make sense for there to be a phonograph in the break room. I can probably feed the huntsman arm to the dogs to keep them at bay for a bit or something. You apparently cannot summon the modicum of effort required to open this door and haul whatever junk you're carrying through it. Or perhaps you might coax that lump of boar fat you call a brain into comprehending leaving said junk in front of said door blocks it from opening. Which means that nobody can get into the main elevator without going through the kennels, wherein another wonderful display of door proficiency is some other troglodyte keeps leaving the cages unlocked and allowing the dogs to roam free and very hungry. Since you feel comfortable sentencing the rest of us to wander with those dogs, consider this a warning. If this happens again, and if I find out who is responsible, they'll spend a night themselves locked in the kennels. I guarantee it's easier to haul a box through the doorway than it is to hide from a ravenous hound. Yep, that... Jesus. You know, this really reminds me of places I used to work too, so I understand their pain. But at the same time, god damn it. Okay, apples don't stack. Great. Love to see it. Yeah, I was afraid that's what that key was for. Open this door. That unelectrifies the door. And now we're in the dark with the dogs. Which I can only assume is gonna go great for me. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that the dogs can smell. And if the dogs can smell, that means they can find me without seeing me? Hello, Mr. Dog Friend. Sorry, buddy. The fuck kind of dog is this? Danger, unstable ground. Okay. Well, now we have a lantern. I'm gonna put it away for now, though, because the light's gonna definitely attract problems to me. Frogs, okay. Wait a minute. Did anybody else see something real weird for a second? Like an invisible dog running over here? Huh. Don't like that. No, sir, I don't like that. More huntsman bits. There's enough light ahead that I'm gonna put that away. Oh. Got another dog. Uh-oh. Well, he's busy eating is the best time to jump him, probably. Sorry, friend. Better you than me, though. So they will react to meat laying around, so this arm is going to come in handy at some point. And almost certainly. For distracting a hound. Of course, they have the advantage on me, because they probably see the dark better than I do. We're gonna leave that there and hope that he smells it on his patrol route and goes to grab it. As soon as he goes for it, we're gonna shank him. Sorry, friend. Taking that back, too. I hear another one real close by. There he is. He's eating, though, so he's gonna be busy. Now's my time to strike. I think it saw me. It's tracking me right now. Yep, it definitely saw me. Okay. Put these together in a pile. Okay, we're still in caution, so let's eat some more. Yeah, still in caution, but I'm not gonna eat the last of my food right now. Those dogs seem to hit pretty hard. They do seem to be a lot more sight-based than sound-based than I expected them to be. Then again, they're not your typical dog, clearly. So, there's that, I guess. Oh, that's kind of creepy how it just came in out of the dark like that. And again, this cave's also really loud, so maybe that's why they don't hear me. They also spend all their time in the cave though, so maybe they're special dogs that are like designed for subterranean work, so they hear better than they see. Ooh, we got men with torches now, huh? Okay. Also, this area is really loud in my ears. I need to make sure you guys aren't getting deafened by this. That's a little loud, but not, like, incredibly so. I'm going to lower the ambience, like, a step, though. You would think that would be ambience, but apparently it isn't. Music? No. Oh, we have a problem. That was your death. I could piss these guys off by just chucking him down in front of them. Whee! I couldn't resist. But either way, let me... Is it effects then? Because the effects are pretty loud, so I can probably get away with knocking them a step. Okay, so the waterfall sound is attached to the effects volume. That's not a great choice on their part. That's probably something they need to fix. Is that should be either ambience or something along those lines rather than being that specific sound. Ah, another one of those. Okay. Learning things through Discord, don't mind me. Nothing you guys need to worry about. Just learning potential answers to the weird sudden somebody adding me on Discord situation. Which, for reference, if I know you, even if it's in a minor capacity, I don't mind you adding me. If I've never seen your name before in my life, you ain't gonna get an answer out of that. Go, Shovel, for the good of the city. Piss people off some more. Okay. Can I touch the phonograph through the wall? Nope. Okay. I think that's the same one in the break room we were at before. Okay, so this is the blocked up area here. Okay. I was about to say, you trying to tell me that ammo box had nothing in it? If so, I'm gonna be very cross. Whoop. I'll start as I mean to go on, making a mess. Ooh, metal box. But now, we have a shortcut back to the break room. In order to save again. One of the only complaints I saw about this game on Steam, by the way, was people having to get back to the save points, and that really doesn't seem to be an issue as long as you're paying attention. There's plenty of shortcuts leading back to it.
I am going to cut you. Will be pleased.
Meanwhile, That's a bit of an issue. He heard all the shit I knocked around and got real mad. Which I should have expected that, but I was fucking around a little too hard. So he immediately spotted me. Ah, that's why he didn't come up when I thought he would have, because he got stuck on the boxes. And then there's the fact that all these guys are sick, so they're just hacking and coughing and having issues. Make his life nice and complicated. Except he's just not interested in any of the noise I just made, knocking all this shit over. It must have been the box getting stabbed then. Because he is fundamentally disinterested in anything else I've done. Their AI is a little strange. Oh, they're so gonna see me. Oh yeah, this guy's gonna absolutely spot me here. My only hope is to poke him as soon as he does spot me. I don't know how those guys didn't see that transpire. Just gonna fix that. They just don't care. They saw that hit the ground in front of them. They're like, yep, it's a flying pickaxe. Everything's fine. Nothing weird about that. Now, what the hell am I supposed to do about these two? I mean, I could solve this the old-fashioned way, I guess, since there's not that many people left now. One of our brothers was just, ah! Have you or someone you love suffered from the condition, ah? Remember, if the main generator isn't running, this elevator isn't running either. Try resetting the power before you assume it's broken, or that there are bugs in the control box eating the wires. Easily the strangest maintenance report I've ever received, Hobbs. Yep, we need to go back and turn the generator on now, in order to use the main elevator to get out of here. Don't get me wrong, I didn't want to have to shoot those guys, but I also didn't want to have to fight them straight up either, because that was going to go poorly for me almost certainly. On the bright side, we do have a shortcut back to the box now. First we save again, then we go tap the generator. Turn it back on. There really is an appreciable move speed difference as long as you're actually up and moving with your weapon put away. Though I gotta say, I have a concern about the fact that a headshot on those huntsmen doesn't mean anything to them. I might as well save that the power's on. That makes more sense than saving before it. Oh well. Now, I admittedly have no idea what our end game in doing this is, but I'm just gonna keep on going forward. Things will either work out or they won't. I die? I die. Yeah, I figured there was gonna be at least one guy hanging around up here. You would think he would have turned around when he heard the elevator going. Oh, he's got a friend. Fuck me.
Was that not one of our brothers was just, I am going to cut you into pieces. I can't believe this.
Their death sounds are just so silly. Look behind you. But why, though? Also, there's a lot more writing on there. There's very clearly a lot of writing on there, and it just says, look behind you. I wonder if these guys were wandering around, and you were meant to read that and have one of them pop up behind you. Oh well. So I suppose it's just as much a message for them as it is for me, considering I walked right up behind them and just put the sword right up the pooper. Oh. Area transition. Okay, looks like we're properly in Watts Mining now. They're giving me enough bullets. I feel like I am intended to be shooting... Oh, never mind. That was a quick exit from the mine. Righto. We've got gun fully loaded, and we've got 11 extra cartridges. If it weren't for the noise concerns, I would absolutely use the gun more. But it does mean I should start using the gun if shit goes sideways, at the very least. Okay, he does have a friend watching out for him. So I do need to be somewhat careful taking care of this guy. Oh, look at you, cheeky bastard, suddenly turning around. I wish I had, like, a throwing knife or something. That would make my life so much simpler. But I suppose that'd be too simple, wouldn't it? This guy doesn't seem like he moves. I think he's just watching out into the ocean. So he's about to have a bad day. Very short bad day, though. These torch guys are no threat, though, at least. As long as you backstep quick enough, they can't really get you. Because their attack is slower than the axe guys. Which is funny, all things considered. You'd think a torch would be easier to swing, but I guess they don't want to douse their torch swinging it at me. Okay, that was the torch guy that was up here. Alright, yes. Either that or he's the one coming from over there right now, and I need to move faster. Okay. Locked. Okay. So, I can only assume that the staircase leads to that door, and we can only get into that door with the key we picked up off the dead guy. Why do they have an...
I spy something?
Why do they have an axeman up here? You would think this would have been a gunner hanging around up here in this upper floor room to shoot from the window.
I see you there.
Do you? I don't think you do.
I am going to cut you into pieces. Too easy.
I got screwed on that one because when I blocked, it moved me forward and fucked up my whole goddamn positioning. Well, now we won't fall down the hole. We can see what's over here. The answer is a whole lot of nothing, apparently. So jumping down the hole was the correct choice anyway. Anything underneath here? I can have fun with this. I've got terrible ideas, but I wanna see what happens. Now look here, you little shit. Why you gotta be turning around like that? I think we all know how this is gonna end, but I want to find out for sure.
Do my eyes deceive me?
I am disappointed. The fire did not set off the barrel. And yes, that was the entire plan, was throw the barrel into the fire and see if it goes pop. Oh boy. Actually, this works out great. Sneak, sneak, sneak.
What was that noise?
Nothing.
All seemed
Nothing bad happened. Nothing bad happened. Just in case any of them get any funny ideas about looking around. Wait, I did not take the key off that guy before I binned him, did I? No, I did not. Well, thankfully he didn't go all the way into the water. Otherwise that would have been complicated. I don't know where the hell you came from. Okay. Help. Help. Okay. So now we know that guy pays attention.
I can't wait to wear your skin. Will be pleased.
Yeah, those guys are really hard to fight. Because if you actually block their attack, you are stuck for a bit. I keep thinking I can attack out of that at hit, and it just doesn't work. I also didn't think he was going to spot me that quick. But, you know, lesson learned and all that. Just gonna take this with me. Get rid of that. Or Torchman comes around and figures out that his friend's dead. Where the hell is he? He's running late. You get stuck. Oh yeah, he's running real late. on. I've got a schedule to keep, buddy. It's time for your 5 o'clock kneecapping. I disagree. Oh, now we're limping. You know, I wonder how many people would hear it if I shot this guy, just to solve this problem.
Finish him, brothers!
Cards just fade out of existence fast, so you gotta grab them. I wonder if that's the same key. Might be. Something is not right. We were hunting some wild boars earlier, and one of the pigs got caught in the traps. I went up to bag it, and one of the older hunters, Boris, just started going at it with the axe. He wouldn't stop until the meat was ruined and organs and bones were everywhere. When he turned back, he regained composure and couldn't remember any of it. Worst of all, none of us even did anything. We just watched. I'm going up to the city tomorrow to see if anyone knows what's going on. Sounds like people are going berserk a little bit. I wonder if that's what created these huntsmen. Considering the fixation with the hunt and their eagerness to chop me to pieces. There would be some logic there. Whether if there was some kind of affliction going around causing people to go berserk. The reason I'm keeping these non-researched items, by the way, is I'm getting a feeling there's going to be a System Shock style system for those, where if I research them, I'll become more effective against my opponents. Oh shit. Oh, that's also a cliff. That's not ideal. I just gotta get to the point where I can research them. I do really get a very heavy System Shock vibe from this game. Just in a very different age. Don't turn around. Ah, you son of a bitch. Dispose of that. And everything is fine. I just wanted to make sure if I did end up aggroing him, that I didn't catch him at a time where he'd alert the other two. I have a cunning scheme for how to deal with these two. Let's see if they notice me. Please don't.
Are you coming to the slaughtered goat?
No. Why? Should I?
The Night Watch said they caught something. They won't say what, just that everybody should come see.
It better be more exciting than that overgrown rabbit they showed last time. A bear hound. What a bunch of morons.
There we go. Nice and easy. And I finally got to use explosives. Oh, it made a mess of them, too. Oof. Uh-oh. Nothing bad happened. You can't prove I did that.
Don't you want to go home, outsider? I can help you.
Oh, come on! He stabbed and died, damn you. That's a pelvis, I think. Yeah, apparently that head's pretty big. It's probably a 4 square if I had to hazard a guess. Yep. Creepy. Oh, we'll just carry that around as a souvenir for the time being, because why not? As I limp around. And of course the bridge is out. Why wouldn't the bridge be out? Not like the bridge being out's a problem or anything. No, not at all. That doesn't immediately and directly inconvenience my survivability. But I'm going to take my usual, like, halfway slash 2 hour break to quickly take care of a thing or two before we carry on with this. So I'll be back in, like, 10 minutes at most. Okay, and we're back. Like I said, just quick bit of bookkeeping and such before I carried on further. And you know, it's always good to get up and stretch your legs now and then to make sure you don't have any issues. You know, kind of like our boy here has an issue right now in that it's really kind of screwed. Oh, wait. Aha. That'll solve our problems. Damn that in my arm. There we go. No more limping. We're still in caution, which is unfortunate, but I'll take what I can get right now. I guess we need to go down where those torch guys were hanging out. Seems like the only real path we've got. Considering, you know, the bridge got blown up. No, that's where the other head went. So we currently know two things. One, there's a man who's on our side, and he wants us to go to the lighthouse. And the Countess wants us for some reason. Which, technically, we also know that she sent the huntsman to get us... Or, at least she's having the huntsman...
He's going to have our heads if we don't find him.
Keep quiet, fool. She has spies everywhere.
Just gonna close that before that gets me. I see that one, too. I gotta keep my eyes open. There's gonna be traps all over the fucking place, I assume. Okay, they're heading on in. Okay, looks like the ones that were over here are the same ones I saw over there. I don't need to worry as much. I'll just close up these traps so I don't have an incident at any point. The last thing I need is to bumble into one of these and rip my own leg off. Okay, he's on guard duty at the door. It looks like they're in set positions now. I don't know. The one inside is wandering about. It looks like there's a back door to the place, so I can sneak around that side. Just gonna put my light on when I'm not in their line of sight. Oh, fuck me. Hi. Where are the kids? Ah, they've chopped up their first body. Good for them. Good for them. It's important for a growing boy to do his first murder.
Do I spy something? Appears to have been nothing.
I spy with my little eye.
Goes in, blood comes out. Axe goes in, blood comes out.
Gotta appreciate a man who loves his work.
I saw. I've got you now.
Oh, come on! The blade definitely came out before he reacted.
You bastard.
Yep, murder definitely happened. Murder also happened again. Aha! You got anything I want? Nope. Good. That was worth it. I say with all due sarcasm. I just fixed this injury, too. And don't get me wrong, I knew it was a bad call to be creeping in his line of sight. But I didn't exactly have a lot of other choices in that situation. I had to attack somebody from the front, either that or I needed to throw something around to get them to move. But the way I was looking at it, no matter who I made move, wasn't really going to be great for me. There was too many intersecting fields of view. Looks like I was probably supposed to use this underpass, though, to get at them in a better way. Oh well. Hindsight's 20/20. And as long as we don't die, that's fine. Looks like we got a broken down carriage here. I could blow the barrel up, but I'm assuming there's something I'm gonna want in this carriage. Yep. Knew it. I fucking knew that was gonna happen if I stabbed him. The barrel was a trap.
Come out, come out.
Oh, come on. Yep. Ah! He had to turn around literally at that second, didn't he? Well, we've got a lot of backtracking to do now, don't we? See, now I can validate the complaint about the save points a little more. Because I feel like there should have been a save point between these 2 points. But there might have also been one, and I missed it. I accept the fact that I might have been the one wrong on that one. Wouldn't be the first time, wouldn't be the last time. That said, it's also not actually that far. We also didn't go down the road over this way. But I assume this is where those 2 gentlemen were hanging out. Looks like this leads back into the mine proper. Ah, we would have encountered a blockage if we tried to go straight forward. I see. Well, let's see if this leads to a different part of the mine. And then there might be healing or something in here. Considering we've been having a rough go of it at this point. Another slug bullet. Ah, the other side of this door. Okay, that actually helps. Somewhat. Actually, does this help at all? At this point, I don't think it does, actually, no. If I hadn't gotten rid of the guards around the area, this would be helpful. But since I've disposed of all the huntsmen in the general vicinity, this really doesn't do anything for us. Because we've already been up there. So I appreciate there being multiple ways around to places. Not only does that lend itself to replayability, it also, you know, gives you routes to get around problems. Rather than what I've been doing, which is the direct approach on just about every damn problem. Okay, Stompy's coming around the bend. Oh, come on! And we're dead. That is the frustrating thing with anything with stealth elements to it, is that sometimes it doesn't work as you'd expect it to. Is sometimes they're that just a little bit more aware than you feel they should be. But this time we're just gonna go directly to this guy, because we should get to him before his friend arrives. Get to him, dispose of him. I was kind of hoping that would alert somebody by me breaking that. No dice, though. Torchman's still a mile back somewhere.
Do I spy something?
Nope.
Appears to have been nothing.
Right, without the key I can't get that guy. Not easily, anyway. Yep, I thought I timed that all fucking wrong.
Me appears to have been nothing.
Yes, your eyes deceive you. You see nothing. Thank you for your key. I'm a little disappointed that those torches go out on the ground instead of setting the ground on fire. But I understand that that would have been trouble. As funny as it would be.
Come out.
Oh. He's been made aware by that situation, huh? Well, that saves me having to use the key, I guess, but really doesn't help me in any real capacity. Where did he go, then? Oh.
Slipped right through my grasp.
Sounds like he's stomping around outside. Yep, there he is. Well, we can go get him while he's out and about on the go, then.
Do my eyes deceive me?
Yes, they do.
Appears to have been nothing.
Well, that made my life easier. Let's get this out of sight, shall we? Remember, tactically making a racket is a good idea. You just gotta know what you're getting into when you do it. This does, however, give us one piece of information from what happened earlier, and that is that their torches and fires and such can set the barrels off, just not in the specific circumstance I tried to cause it to happen in.
Are you coming to the slaughtered goat?
No. Why? Should I?
The Night Watch said they caught something. They won't say what, just that everybody should come see.
It better be more exciting than that overgrown rabbit they showed last time. A bear hound. What a bunch of
Dispose of them. And this time, let's get out of sight when everybody comes to look at what happened. Because that'll make my life a bit easier. shit. Forgot about the second guy.
Show yourself.
You see nothing. I don't exist. I'm a lie. I'm a figment of your imagination.
Oh, I found him.
How did you spot me on that, whereas you didn't spot me before? Interesting. Well, thank you for automatically disposing of your own body for me by coming over here. Let's close the distance on this guy and see about shanking him. Why did you turn around?
By something.
No, you saw nothing. Just a figment of your imagination, my friend.
I heard that, my clumsy friend. I found him.
Dang it. That plan did not work at all. I'm not surprised that plan didn't work, but I think we all knew I was gonna try. Oh, come on now. Well, guess I'm not getting that healing. Ended up kicking a head into the box, which then sent the box off the fucking map. Oh, this is my life. This is just my life. To think, I was gonna pick that head up, too. Thankfully, I haven't used the cheese yet, so I at least have that to keep me alive. Still limping, though, so that's a real issue. That means I'm still in danger mode, probably. But of course, physics had to be physics. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm happy the physics are there, but boy, do they bite me in the ass sometimes. And I'm like 90% sure that the box landed down there in the water. Yeah, there it is right there, actually. And I don't... Actually, there's a cave there, so maybe we can go down in the water. And there's a rope here, so we can actually go get it, I guess. Not a total loss. This could have been a lot worse. Oh, there's the head, too. Huh. See if this leads me anywhere. Doesn't look like it does, though. Feel. So we're not limping around down here. You would think there'd be a rope or something leading up there, but I think that's why the boat's down in here, is because whatever rope was up there broke. So I noticed there is a slight speed disadvantage, or at least it feels like there is when you're limping as well. Which makes sense, you're kind of walking less effectively. There's a button. What does this do? That pulls the rope up. Why? I can think of no mechanical reason why that would be there. I mean, not everything needs a mechanical reason, don't get me wrong. But it's one of those things. I see that.
He's going to have our heads if we don't find him.
Keep quiet, fool. She has spies everywhere.
I'll tend to that in a second. Okay, yeah, they're heading off where they usually do. Thank you for the raid, Xeno. I assume you can hear me by now. How was your stream? I know it was quite a long one this time. I know there's another bear trap. There it is. Close that before I step in it. Either way, welcome in, everybody. Welcome to Gloomwood. We got spooky huntsmen trying to kill me for reasons I don't understand yet. They may or may not be made this way by a disease or something along those lines. We haven't figured that out yet either. We just kind of got dumped in the middle of this mess. Okay, they're guarding that door. He's still hacking away at that. There should be a guy coming out here in a minute, so I'm gonna get in position. Yep, there he is. But how is everyone, everything, all of that? Ow. Moved. Goddamn move. Let me also do this. Since you gave me a raid, I will shout you out. There we go. In theory, that'll play a clip if that's still working properly. Or it just won't. Okay. Sure, why not? Not really sure what transpired there. I'm going to assume Twitch is being Twitch, and by that I mean not working properly at all. Of course, admittedly, I freely accept the fact that that shoutout's only somewhat useful, considering the majority of you came from her to me. But, you know, it's the thought that counts. So I disposed of that guy, and I should have a shot at this one now.
Axe goes in, blood comes out. Axe goes in, blood comes out.
Blood comes out of you, too. Let's get this out of sight, shall we? I don't know how he didn't see me do that, but I'll accept it. There we go. No more of that guy either. That went shockingly smoothly compared to the last time I did this. But I suppose Xeno's raid brings me good luck, which nothing new about that. She always brings me good luck. with it away, we go a little bit quicker. Not a lot a bit quicker, but a little bit. And considering what happened the last time I just stabbed that guy, I'm just gonna have some fun. Or they're gonna ruin my fun by that barrel not going off. That's unfortunate, to say the least. Well, that was inconvenient, to say the least. I do want my shell casings back. So I can throw those to get people's attention. That went really badly, but we made it work. Still disappointed that I can't open that. Suppose at least this time I avoided setting off the barrel. Somehow. Even though I shot the barrel. Go. No more of that guy. Let me check something right quick, because I have a weird feeling that something is broken. Not sure why I'm getting that weird feeling, I just have a suspicion that things did not work as intended. And I blame Twitch. While I did not change anything, that does not mean Twitch didn't decide to do as stupid. Cause me problems. Not seeing anything unusual. Of course, I also don't remember where to see the setting I'm worried about either, so that's a whole other animal. Not me to leave my own goddamn dashboard. Good job me. I'm being a complete, utter idiot today. I apologize for the moment I'm taking to do this, but this is important. Bear with me. No, nothing odd is active, so that should be okay. No idea. We'll just carry on and hope everything is fine then. Oh, there's the tavern they were talking about, the slaughtered goat. The Night Watch apparently found something very interesting. I'm betting it's going to be something of interest to me as well. I just need to get past them to get in there.
You first. Are you joking? Did you see the claws on that thing? I'm not going anywhere near it until the others bring the dynamite.
Uh-huh. So there's something with claws in there. I see.
What about...
Cheers for the information, boys. I've never seen men torn apart so fast. Whatever it is they brought back is more than any of us bargained for. Do not, under any circumstances, open this door unless you're prepared to pay the new doorman with your limbs and entrails. I will personally be paying him with dynamite, which I have gone to fetch. Tavern be damned. If you absolutely must reach the city gates before I return, well, we tried our best to contain it to the first floor. I can't promise that the basement is safe, but it's certainly safer than the tavern proper. Guess we're going through the basement then. Potentially having to contend with whatever it is that they sealed up in there. Do one of you two jokers have the key? No, neither of you have the key to the basement. Well, that's gonna be a whole other problem. Well, I can think of more than one way to get this job done. Ooh. So this'll help, as you might imagine. I just gotta find room for it. Which actually, that's really gonna be a problem. Let's go ahead and pop this in ourselves because we're already pretty bad off. We'll get rid of those. There we go. Okay, as I hoped, it fits in that space. Okay. Very good, very good. Anything else in there? Nope. Presumably that key was the key to the basement. Yep, there we go. There's a dead huntsman. Double dead huntsman. I already like whatever's down here, because it's killing these bastards for me. But I get the feeling I'm not gonna like it when I find it. Oh yeah! Whatever it is, it's big. You know, game, I could really use a phonograph right about now. That'd be real helpful. Get the feeling I'm not gonna get one, though. The reason why I'm looking for a phonograph is that's our only means of saving. And it's been a little bit since we found one. So getting killed by that thing up there would be a problem. Because I'd have to do a bunch of walking again. We're gonna have to be real clever and or real sneaky. So it's looking like we might be able to just bypass that whole situation entirely, which is just as well, all things considered. Let me just do something right quick. Save that. Yeah. Ah, there we go. There's a phonograph. We're good. Everything's fine. I would like that, but I don't have room. Because that is more shotgun shells. What is this? Incendiary bolt for the Undertaker pistol. I have a sneaking suspicion that the Undertaker pistol would have been in that safe I didn't open as well. Keep some inventory space by just keeping all those shells loaded in. Ah, that's where we were down there, or when we fell before. So either we're expected to go down into the water at this point, and that leads somewhere, Or that's another way around that the game is offering me. Since we so recently saved, I'm gonna see if we can deal with whatever that is upstairs. So I'm thinking we can't even get in there. Like, I think the game's not gonna let us get to it in any way, shape, and or form. But curiosity is what it is. 'Cause I assume the basement has a means of getting up there. Well, I think I found how we were going to get up there, and, that ain't happening. It makes all manner of freaky noises, though. And it certainly did a number on all these gentlemen that were down here. Yeah, it looks like we're not gonna be able to go see what that was. Because these are all, for some reason, unbreakable boards. Let's see. I want to keep these heads in order and such to research them, but I'm starting to run out of the ability to hang on to these. I'm gonna keep the huntsman head and get rid of the arm. See if I can make some maneuvering space that way. My brain had a thought, and I lost it as I was doing that. There we go. Because the cheese will heal me, and I kind of need that right now. I don't, like, specifically need the health this second, but healing has been in very short supply. This is my way through over here. That was the light. Go dispose of him. Doesn't look like anybody else comes down here, so I'm just gonna leave him there. I could pick his pockets for one more shell, but it's usually an empty, so I'm not gonna bother. That's not gonna go where I wanted it to.
What?
That will distract him a bit, though. Yeah, I figured he had a friend. That's why I wanted to cause a little bit of trouble. I'm not gonna be able to get up on him, and he's got armor. We haven't encountered armor yet, so that's a concern.
Cannot hide for long.
Do I have anything else I could get his attention with? Not really. Thankfully, he's very interested in that spot now. So let's just leave. Ooh. Hi. Well, this is a very different problem. Creating problems for problems is not ideal. I don't know where his gunner friend went. I assume he's somewhere in the buildings making his way back and forth, trying to figure out what happened. I would assume these are the city gates. Judging from their design and everything. Can I creep around you enough that you won't spot me coming up on you? Especially if I catch you while you're sneezing. It looks like I can. Oh, a backstab doesn't kill armored guys, huh? I was trying to aim for the head, but aiming for the head doesn't seem to work either. So we're just not gonna mess with that guy. Messing with that guy seems to be a terrible idea. I could probably take him with the shotgun, but I don't want to waste the shells, since I don't think his door actually goes anywhere. So I don't think we can open that yet. Yeah, I believe there was something over here to... Oh, no, I saved after grabbing that. So we're good as far as that goes. Why did that not work? Yeah, I really feel like there is a curse upon me with the way that played out. Well, we're only in caution, so we're okay. Not that there's much I can do about that anyway. Do we have the cheese? We don't. I think I didn't grab the cheese in this reality. I'm not really that inclined to go back for it since the cheese doesn't heal that much. And at the rate these guys are going, they're just gonna end me if they do fight me in a proper way anyway. That one just went to space. I don't know why that one flew so high and far.
Who made that noise just now? Come on out.
Later, boys. Okay. And if I'm just sneaky, I'll get past these guys fine, I think.
old mud house.
The path to it has collapsed. No one has been able to make contact with the Keeper in months.
Uh-oh. Oh, good, the body's gonna burn. That's actually very convenient.
I saw that.
Oh, come on now. Oh, thanks for setting each other on fire. I appreciate that. That's actually very helpful. Huh. That works better than I ever could have expected. Is really, that should have gone horribly wrong for me, and instead, I got mildly injured, which is a problem at this point. But, disposed of a lot of them. Ow. That was my way around the door. Oops. Oh well. I'd rather not have them hanging about where I might potentially run into them anyway. Wait. It was an ammo box, wasn't it? Yep, sure is. Some more 12 gauge shells. Totally wasn't terrified of knocking that barrel over and blowing myself up or anything. Nope, not at all. Not in the slightest. The barrels aren't scarier than the enemies. No, not at all. No. This place is creaky as all hell. I feel like this place is gonna fall apart at any moment. Best we get out of here before this place falls off the side of the cliff. Okay, shotgun's fully loaded. Of course, I say I'm worried about the place falling down, and now I'm gonna go walk under it. Like, that's a great idea. Uh-huh. I was wondering when the bear traps were gonna start popping up again, because it was a little bit since we first encountered those. I had a feeling they stuck one somewhere. Uh-huh. Cheeky bastards. I'm pretty sure you could fall through the floor there, too, and you probably would have landed on one of those two bear traps if you fell. So I'm real glad I didn't. Well, there's the lighthouse. Yeah, you know, so heavily damaged bridge and shit that there was no way we could have gotten to the keeper at all, no. I think those huntsmen just didn't give a damn. Doctor, I've left your message on the phonograph. Please listen to it. I've also prepared the basement area for you. Use it to your liking. See you soon, G. Well, he did say he left instructions here.
If you're reading this, that means you made it safely to the lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
Good. My store is in the market district. It's not far from here. Rest if you need to, but don't delay. And whatever you do, don't look in the mirror.
Well, now I've got to look in the mirror. Now that you told me don't look in the mirror. I have a suspicion I know what we're gonna see when I look in that mirror. Is one of two things is gonna be true. Either we're a huntsman too, or, you know, spooky shit like that's gonna happen. Oh! This is the code for that safe we saw underneath the fishery. Why are we getting told about that now? I mean, we can go back for it, sure, but it's a long way back. Let me set something on the ground here. This way we can use this. There we go. And the reason why I kind of suspect we're a huntsman, aside from our sheer strength and such, is the noise we make when we inject. It sounds a little bit like their voices. And I don't care for it. Either that or there's something magic gonna happen when I look at this mirror, because, got some creepy ritual vibes going from this mirror here. So I don't think that worked. Oh, okay. Secret door. Where does this go? I wanted to see if I could research stuff in that room, but it's not looking like I can just yet. Where does this spin? Okay, that's the path to progress. Let's not go that way right now. It's a silly place. Did I pick the head back up? I did. Okay. I wanted to make sure it hadn't, like, despawned or anything weird happened with it. So, how do I... Wait, what's this do? Okay. Do I need to, like, assemble a body on the table? Doesn't look like it. A chest full of nothing. I see. Maybe that's meant for me to store things rather than getting things. Hard to say. Yep, this sure is a tall lighthouse. Okay. Interesting. Maybe that's what the switch did. This was a nice design once upon a time before it got rusty as shit, probably. No, because that's still running when I turn that off. And the grating is still in place, so it'd be a waste of my time to climb back up there. Okay. Not really sure what any of that means, then. Aside from probably something I can deal with later. It really does look like we can do science here, but I don't seem to have the means to accomplish it. And that is, in its own way, incredibly disappointing. Now, let's touch the mirror.
Hello, Doctor.
Oh, I assume this is the
hoped
Countess.
for us to meet at my estate. No matter. I can guarantee your safe arrival. A promise few others here can make. The townsfolk are not fond of outsiders. Come to the market plaza before midnight. I will have one of my trusted servants pick you up by carriage. I'll be waiting.
That doesn't sound like a trap at all. And now I understand why you didn't want me to look in the mirror. Oh. Huh. So the early access ends there, huh? I guess that's why... That might be another reason why they were saying don't look in the mirror, is the early access ends after you look at the mirror. And I guess that's part of why you can't access where the monster in the tavern is because they didn't open the tavern yet. Huh. Well, I'm not gonna stop just yet. Considering they give me the option to keep playing. I guess let's go back to the fishery and see about that locked box that's there that we now know the code for. So that's gonna be a bit of a hike unless there's a shortcut. I guess this is how he's been keeping an eye on what's been going on. And I guess maybe the research thing's not implemented yet, and that's why that's not working. I guess let's try that elevator, then. On the one hand, I want to go back to the fishery. On the other, I feel like that's going to be a long enough walk that that's not really that beneficial. Option 3 is I restart the game, get to the point where I can jump off to get to that island, and then use out-of-game knowledge since I have the code that way. That would be the quicker way. I assume the Undertaker pistol's in that thing. Ah, this is where the armored guy is and everything. So if I can open this up, that's a slightly quicker way back and forth.
Do my eyes deceive me?
Yes.
Appears to have been nothing.
There we go. This, I assume, opens the door. As usual. Oh, he just doesn't care that his friend is laying there right next to him. Hmm. Well, since the early access for this has limited us at this point, we may as well have some fun. Okay, 3 shotgun shells takes out an armored huntsman. Good to know. So let's head back towards where we came from. Because now that this area's cleared out, we can make some pretty good time, so I am very interested in what's in that safe. It is going to be a long walk back, but it won't be nearly as long as it would have been if we hadn't killed literally everyone along the way. Well, at least everyone we encountered along the way. I am going to use the phonographs on the way back as well, just to make sure we don't have to redo too much of the backtrack if somehow I do die along the way. This should be a little bit quicker as well, because I can go from this rope to the other rope that's out in the water over here. I mean, I guess mystery answer C is, can I swim out into the ocean and from the ocean get back to the fishery the quick way? No, that's blocked off, looks like. I will say, I am a little disappointed at how short the amount of content available in this early access was. But it does look like they're going about it the route of fully featuring every area before releasing it, which makes sense. They want to make sure it's fully set up before they release it, rather than putting out a bunch of empty areas and then expecting people to play around in those till they fill them in. Because all things considered, I think we would have been done with this if I hadn't screwed around and died probably in about 20 minutes? Well, not 20 minutes. We would have been done... Brain's having a moment while I'm trying to remember what I was trying to actually get at by saying that. I was gonna say something else, and that's what the 20 minutes was relevant to. And then the brain split the difference. Point being, I think it would have taken at least like an hour and 20, if not more, off the time if I hadn't died at all to random nonsense. And while I'm not disappointed at all with what I've seen of this game so far, I will say I am disappointed that it's not further along when they released it into early access. But again, it's early access. Of course it's not done. Through the creepy dog cave. there's still a dog around somewhere. Doesn't look like we'll be encountering it on my way back, so not my problem. Thankfully, each of these areas that we've cleared, we definitely have a shortcut straight through. Because on our way in there, we had to go around that electrified door that we just went through. I can only assume some of the locked doors and such we've encountered probably are locked for the purposes of keeping you from going into parts of the early access that you're not allowed to be in yet. Things that aren't finished and things like that. But as you can see, it did not take long to get back to the fishery. And from here, we will find a safe that I'm assuming the code we got is for, considering it showed a picture of that very cave alongside the number. We've certainly wiped out a lot of the huntsmen. I just need to remember one of the ways to get out to that part of the outside. I think this is the way. Oh! Those guys are still here. I forgot I didn't kill them.
One of our brothers was just killed.
Sure was.
Come out.
That's the end of him, too. In fact, yeah, that was the guy I was seeing from the encountering room office. I thought we were higher up than we actually were, as far as that place is concerned. Well, that answers that mystery from so long ago. I think there's a couple odds and ends we missed as a result of redoing this area a dozen times. But I'm not going to worry about picking all of those up today. So I just need to set this to 4:15. And I'm just going to double check before I commit that. Or am I not going to have that anywhere? No. Didn't even notice that before. Oh, that's fine. Ah, it's part of the countryside sketch. Okay. Yeah, 4:15 is under here. So. Ta-da! Yep. Looks to be the item I expected. This is the Undertaker pistol. Custom single-shot pistol with a silencer. The chamber is shaped for a special canister type that delivers various gases and liquids. It's currently chambered for the incendiary rounds, but we've also got these slug bolts that can break glasses, activate buttons, all kinds of good stuff. Needless to say, that's something we would have wanted before, but it is what it is. Oh, wow. That's got good range on it, too. Now I've got a decision to make, though. We've only been going for 3.5 hours, which is not the best. But, at the same time, I finished what I was doing. while I've got other things up my sleeve that I could do, quiet me. I don't really know if I want to commit to doing any of those because that's gonna then turn into another like 3 or 4 hours probably, just to make sure that whatever it is meaningful. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here. I don't know if we're gonna have the collab next week either, because things on multiple people's ends have gotten complicated. Just nature of the way things are. I was gonna continue. I was gonna start Gloomwood tomorrow, rather. But I used it today instead of the collab, so I'll have to come up with something else for tomorrow. And then Sunday, back to Dragon Quarter. Monday, similar story of kind of got a question mark there. I have ideas, but I don't want to say them yet because I haven't committed. Then Tuesday, we'll be doing another batch of random things. It might be that I'll finish off my list of Next Fest demos because most of them are still available. So I may just go through those. Or I may find like more weird ports of games just for fun. But as always, thank you all for your time, and I need to decide what I'm doing. This information. Because I could raid out to multiple people, or I could not raid today for sake of having more time to do other work. I knew when these people started today, so I know who was ending when. I'm gonna check to see whether either of these are ending soon. They've been going for a bit, so they're probably gonna wrap up before long, and I know they started when I did, and they tend to go the same time, so those are probably both dead in the water. What do we got over here? Okay, I know what that is. That's kind of interesting. Nah. I'm just gonna go ahead and take this as a sign to just cut it straight today, and I'll just spend more time working on commissions instead of socializing today. So, as always, thank you all for your time, and I'm just going to go ahead and end it here. Have a good one, and I will see you tomorrow.